We live.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing it. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Happy Sunday. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Let's say what up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. To my right hand side, we got the Cadence. Actually, my left hand side right now. The Cadence realest deal, Corey Davis. And underneath us both, man, we have the OG on assignment, Chuck Little John. What's up, my guys?
What's happening? You know what I mean? What my man in the dog at?
What's going on, fellas?
There he is.
I got something.
I
got something right here, man. Everybody keep talking.
Okay.
Well,
hey, man.
let me start by saying both of our guys are on assignment and having a good time. I wish I with them and the crew. But at the same time, before we really get started, tell me how it's going so far.
Oh man, things are going great, man. We're having a great time. Man. Just doing what we do. Just enjoying each other. Just enjoying each other, fellowshipping with each other, man. Good time.
Oh, that's right. The main word, fellowship.
Yeah, good time. So
cool.
But before we jump into all that, man, we do have to say what's up to everybody out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Remember, when you come to the channel, man, tell a friend, bring a friend, and when you come, don't come by yourself. This is episode 4, season 5. We thank y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that follow button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We're trying to get those likes up on all the social media platforms, especially YouTube. So we appreciate each and every one of y'all out there, man. We have a great show for y'all today. Today's show is going to be hosted by none other than Mr. Corey Davis.
Before I take the helm, how about we pay some bills real quick for this first segment before we get into the things we pay homage to the guy that's been our bottom dude for a while, and that's Mr. Alvin Jameson.
Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you.
Thank you once again, my man Alvin Jameson, for being a wonderful sponsor to the crew and you. I wish he was here today, but what we're gonna do today is like my man said, because they're on assignment, I'm gonna take the helm. Whenever he needs me to, I will do that. So today we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna kick it off with the NBA playoffs. Giving us y'all feedback on the the 3 teams that have punched their ticket. Then we're gonna go into a little bit of the NFL. We've had a few days to let it solidify, to sink in your spirit. Tell me how you're feeling about the structure. The toughest part of the NFL, your NFL schedule. Then we're gonna do a little bit of WNBA as we always do. Then I'm gonna throw just a little bit in there. I hadn't told my guys, but I want their take on the NBA Combine and Mr. Bronny James, if we get a minute. Just a minute. So let's get it cracking, man. Like I said, the Mavericks, Pacers, and Celtics have all punched their tickets. We got one left today at 8 o'clock. But so far, what's y'all take on these NBA playoffs?
Hey man, I think I'm 0-2 right now. No, 1-2. I picked the Celtics, picked the Knicks, and I picked
You pick the
OKC.
Pacers? You pick OKC.
No, I picked the Knicks. I picked the Knicks. Yeah, I picked the Celtics, the Knicks, and OKC. So I'm 1-2 right now, depending on what happens tonight. Hopefully, I can end up 2-2.
OG, I'm sorry. G, we 3-0 right now.
We 2-1. We 2-1.
We 2-1. We didn't pick the seeds.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We picked the Knicks. Knicks lost.
I ain't picked the Knicks. Did I pick the Knicks?
I thought you did.
I think we said last year you picked the Knicks, Corey.
Yeah, I thought you picked the Knicks. Yeah. Yeah. You said why would I pick the Pacers?
I didn't say that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know no Pacers.
Yeah.
You know, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a conversation about the Knicks, I guess, while that game was going on. Like I said, I'm on assignment, so it was some people here that voted to change our itinerary for the day, so we could stay here and watch Game 7, which was a big disappointment. But they tried to tell me was that I should feel good about this as far as the Knicks have gotten because they're battered and injured. And I guess with Bronson he was not playing that good, and then when he broke his hand, that just put them another man down. So yeah, to that point, I think they got it within 6 at one point, but I don't think they could get it no closer than that. So yeah, I still say hats off to the Knicks with as many injuries that they had, and to still take this to a Game 7 and get to that second round with as many injuries as they had. I think I think they did a phenomenal job. I know me and G was talking about the OG coming in there to play for the Knicks. I mean, he came in there, he tried, but he couldn't run. He was just jogging, and then he finally just gave it up. So yeah, as far as the Knicks, and then that Mavs game. I mean, we watched that last night. I mean, it was off the chain. It had us stopping our little game we were playing to watch that game because it was so exciting. I was just hoping that the game today was going to be just exciting, but I'm also hoping that the game tonight, once I get back in there and start watching it, it's going to be just as exciting.
Golly, man. That's G.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on what the OG was saying, man, the injuries I think took its toll on the New York Knicks. They ran out of gas. Even Brunson, you can tell Brunson in the last 2 games just didn't have any legs, man. Everything he shot was short. And then now having a broken hand, a left hand on top of that in this game really took its toll. And then OG tried to come back, like you said, but he even in his pre-game workout, he wasn't even going full speed. And he said, "Yeah, I feel good," but he wasn't even pushing it to see if he felt good. So I was surprised he came in and hit 2 shots off the rip, but he just couldn't get up and down that court, man. So kudos to the Knicks for what they did, but I do not want to take anything away from the Pacers. The Pacers played a heck of a game. They shot an NBA record 67% in the game. In the game, 67.1% is what they shot today. And that is unheard of. Like I said, it's the record that they broke today.
67% like shots made.
Shots made, not in the free throw line.
Free throw line.
Yeah, 67% field goal percentage is insane. So they came out with the aggression like it was a game 1. They didn't like a game 7 of them. They seemed fresh. Halliburton kind of put the team on his back early on, and you can see after 6 games they didn't like each other anymore. The trash talk, they were definitely each other's throats. You can see Pascal Siakam and DiVincenzo got into it early.
Yeah.
When
Bench is clear today too.
Yeah. So it was the Pacers came ready. They came ready inside of New York, inside of Madison Square Garden, and they weren't affected by all the celebrities, all the former players that came to show up for this game 7. Um, they withstood all that, man, and took every punch that the Knicks had. So kudos to them, man. I felt like they had the better chance to play the Celtics because they're healthier, and I think they match up person for person better. And I thought the Knicks, of course, had the more grit to play the Celtics. But the Knicks, they don't have enough bodies to play the Celtics. So I think this series actually is going to be a really, really good series with the Celtics and the Pacers. It's possible game 7 with that one as well.
Now let me ask you, because somebody, and I'm not, like how we said when we hear it, we talk about it. But at the same time, somebody was saying that Tom Thibodeau was out of his element in these playoffs. Do y'all feel that way?
I don't. I feel he went with what he had. Like he was throwing players out of there who haven't played in 20 games.
Yeah. Right. I was in months. Yeah.
So he was dealt a hand that didn't look good, but he did what he could with that hand, man. So I don't take this boy and put on his doggone Pittsburgh stuff. Oh Lord.
Is that what that is back there?
This man had on a regular shirt all day. Now this man done came back and put on a doggone Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. He got a Cowboys. Why your cup so small?
That's a shot glass.
Why you got a handle on the shot glass?
Why I got a handle on? Because it's a Cowboy one.
I mean, he done stole some child's teacup. In the game that came out. Go ahead, G, my bad.
No, you good. But that
oh my God, he like game on stage.
But that Dallas Mavericks game and that OKC game was one heck of a game. Probably one of the best game 6s we have seen in a long time. Playoff games. Just the stars played well. Came down to the wire. Not a tough call. A foul on a 3-point shot is what actually won the game for the Mavs, man.
I got a takeaway.
Okay.
Is it me or does it seem like Luka complains to the refs way more than he should? Because he was this close. Because you saw him when he did like that. I'm sorry,
He's been thrown out several times.
Yeah.
What is taking technical? The refs were very lenient after that first one. They're very, very lenient after that first one. And
Lakers in 8, baby.
8. Lakers in 8, like 2008, 2028. What's your 8?
Right before the Hawks. Sorry, G.
Oh gosh.
This is what happened when you turn 60.
Sorry.
Yes. No need for all of that. This is live right now. No need to do all of that.
We are on location, y'all. So we have some TCY family that's actually out with us right now, man. So all these people that y'all are seeing, they are TCY family members, man. They are part of the crew. So we appreciate them. But yeah, that Mavericks game was insane. But yeah, you're right on point with that. Luka does talk way too much. He cries way too much after every call. He's crying. At a point, Dirk Nowitzki was like telling him, "Hey man, cut it out. Like, hey, that's enough." Yeah. Dirk was like, "Hey, come on, man. You can just play." Like we can't keep on talking to the refs, man. And so he had to do better with that. I mean, I think I've said this years ago. I thought he cried to the refs too much. He cried to the refs too much. But yeah, it was. I think me and OG talked about it this past game. Like, man, look, he talking to the ref every call. He want every call, every shot. You know?
I thought that was just me.
Yeah, you're right about that.
OG.
Yeah, I agree. But like G said, that foul at the end of the game was crucial. I know they went and looked at it and we said that he started out with all ball, but as he came down, he happened to hit my man on the arm, which led to 3 free throws. So it was a question we had last night was, I guess that you look at it, I guess when you first look at it, you don't think he got all ball. When they go back and show it, he didn't have all ball. But the question I guess that was asked last night though was, at that point in time, OKC was down to 1 timeout, and they chose the challenge. So when they challenged and lost the challenge, then they lost their timeout. So in that position, would you have challenged, knowing that there's a potential you're gonna lose the challenge and not have a timeout, to at least get the ball and try to step a player, whatever the case may be, to take that last, call a timeout to step that last shot?
You mean like call a regular timeout versus the challenge?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't challenge, but stage the timeout.
So I look at that.
Y'all see what I go through, man. You see what we're going through.
Oh Jesus.
I thought we weren't bringing our jerseys, man.
You didn't bring a jersey?
I did. I ain't know what's going on right now.
I say, listen, I know you ain't leaving nowhere without bringing a jersey. But I have a team of guys that are sitting there with tablets in their hand. You know, like whenever all the guys are doing this, you're like running back. You got about 10 seconds, maybe, to be able to go listen. You know, then you got somebody upstairs. You got about 10 to 15 seconds. I don't even think it's 15 seconds, but about 10 seconds to decide whether or not you want to challenge it or not. You know, but you gotta trust your staff, and you take a chance. Now, when you do take that chance, they're gonna view it. You got a 50-50 shot on whether it was the best call to make or not. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't have challenged it, but with that amount of time, I don't think it hurt them, you know, because like I said, this solidified the game. But
I think like OG said, it didn't hurt them, but it did because they lost their timeout. So when Washington went to shoot his free throws, and that last free throw, since they didn't have any timeouts, he could
to advance the ball.
To advance the ball. If they would have had a timeout, they would have had a chance to advance the ball with 2.5 seconds
and run a play.
And only be down 2.
I got you.
It did affect them in that point. So yeah. So it was a decision that they made that cost them twice. Because you lost.
So if they would have, so let me ask you, if they would just did a timeout, what would have been the difference though?
But so you want to call the timeout, you would just let them shoot the free throws, and then after the free throw, you would call your timeout so you can advance the ball.
Okay.
Go with the call. Yeah, they called it in hopes of keeping their timeout if he was right.
Nah,
so like Al said, it was a gamble. And I think it was a bad gamble though.
Okay. Play for the win as opposed to the challenge.
Yeah.
So let me ask you in that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but say just let them shoot the free throws. Let them shoot the free throws, and then call your timeout. And the most that you'd have been down was 2 points.
So when they called the timeout, if they would have just called a timeout, they would have been. Well, no, if they just went with, like I said, with the call, they were already down by what, 2?
It was up. They was up 1.
Up 1.
Yeah, they were up 1. So if they would just let him go shoot his 3 free throws, the most they could have been down was 2 points.
Gotcha.
And then you would have been able to call a timeout, go to the sideline, come up with a play for a 2-point win, or a tie or a win, with a 3. So I think they took a bad gamble on that one.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I got you. I got you.
And of course, said it's ironic Shy lost because of the free throws. Shy shot free throws bad yesterday.
But he kept him in the game, though.
Yeah, as far as his shooting.
Yeah.
But I think he went like 3 for 7, 3 for 9 or something. Like he was pretty bad.
Early, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah. So let me ask you. So now that we have, like you said, you got the Pacers going against the Celtics. I know you said this last show, G, that you felt like the Pacers matched up with the Celtics a lot better than the Knicks would have. What are you? Like I said, what do you see this series?
I see it going 7. I see the Pacers giving the Celtics all they can handle. And I think it's because I think they match up well, but I think they have the better coach as well. I think Rick Carlisle can out coach their coach.
Wow, what's Mazzola? Yeah, you think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what if? Oh, my bad. Go ahead, OG. What do you think?
Oh no, I was gonna say I don't think it's going Game 7. I think with Porzingis coming back and the Celtics getting back full strength, I say it's 4-2 Boston.
Now, Porzingis, he gonna miss the first. They say he gonna miss the first one, right? The opener.
I thought he was back the opener.
Oh, is I thought he said he gonna miss it, but he coming back.
I thought he said he was ready for Game 1. Let me go ahead and see.
I'm gonna say yeah. So with Porzingis coming back, you putting it in how many games? OG 6.
Yeah, I say 6, 4-2 Boston.
4-2 Boston. Yeah, Alvin Jameson, my man, is in the building. He said down 4 starters. We're talking about the Knicks.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, so Alvin said that he's missing the first 2 games. Talking about Porzingis.
He's a game time decision right now.
Is he? Okay. I thought the same thing. I thought he was missing the opener. But like I said, right now, like I guess nobody has a definitive answer if he's gonna play or not. But I heard one game, Alvin saying 2, and you saying it's a game time decision. When is game?
I heard he's supposed to get ready for Game 1. So we'll see. We'll see on Tuesday.
So now with OG, when he's saying 4-2, what does that change with Porzingis being in the lineup for you?
No, not for me. I said 7 with Porzingis playing.
With Porzingis, okay.
With who winning? With who winning, G?
Celtics. I got the Celtics winning, but I think it's 2-7.
Woo, yeah. Man, I think C's been tough.
Oh, they said it today. Okay. Porzingis was supposed to miss the 2 games. It was broadcast during the Knicks Pacers game. Woj said 2 games today. Okay, so if it's 2 games,
what does that change for y'all? 2 games, nothing.
So he out 2 games.
He out 2 games.
I'm still going 4-2.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics have shown that they can play without him. So
now the Pacers are at full strength. They ain't missing nobody. Nobody hurt. They 100%.
I'm changing my pick.
You changing it to the Celtics?
I'm going Pacers in 7.
Oh, you're going Pacers in 7. 100% Pacers against a 90% Celtics team.
Yeah.
I'm still though, like I said, I got no dog in this fight, but I'm gonna still go with the C's. I'm gonna ride with OG, and I'm gonna say the C's, and I'm gonna say the C's in 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Big Roderick Smith? Yeah, man. So let's talk about tonight's game. Matchup of the century. You know, I ain't gonna say. I mean, this is gonna be a hell of a game. Has it started yet?
We started.
Let's start it.
Minnesota up now. 15,
What's
17,
somebody?
17-16 Minnesota look like.
What are y'all feeling right now? I mean, it's still tight. What are y'all feeling?
I always been saying the harder the champion, baby.
Yeah.
In Mile High. They go run.
So you going with the champs? You gotta beat the man.
I'm going with the champ. I'm sticking where I was.
To beat the man, you gotta beat the man. I ain't gonna lie. I want my homeboy to get one. They've been talking about him a lot, man. He been doing a lot of interviews, and he said, you know, he been talking trash. I just hope that he can back it up. You know what I mean? I want him to. I want Ant-Man to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Their
going.
only chance is that he gotta get help. He can't
You
do
gotta
it by
get-
himself.
True.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I'm going Minnesota, man. I'm going Minnesota to take down the champs.
They're in Denver right now.
They're in Denver right now.
Woo, Lord, they're in Denver.
I'm going with Minnesota, man. Just like Tyson Fury lost this weekend.
He lost too much weight, man.
I'm going Minnesota, man.
Did y'all watch that fight?
Yeah.
He lost too much weight. I guess we gotta talk about that again, but he lost too much weight. He dropped too much pounds. His punches wasn't hitting hard like they was. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that I want the champs to go down. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I've gained a lot of respect for the MVP. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've gained a lot of respect for him. But Murray's gonna have to show up if they got a chance.
Yeah.
You know, so we shall see, man. What do y'all, like I said, what are your expectations on? Would you rather see Denver go up against, I guess, in this finals? Who do you want to see? I know OG said he wants to see, but what's the better matchup against the Mavericks?
Oh, against the Mavericks? Minnesota. I think both of them are a good matchup. Honestly,
Okay.
I think you're going to see a heck of a series in either one of these. I think both of these Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals are going to be nail biters. They're going to come down to the wire. You could possibly see 2 Game 7s in both series.
So all of these have been Game 7 series, huh?
Pretty much all but one that matters.
All but Boston, except for Boston.
Oh, Boston too, yeah. Boston.
Oh yeah. So Alvin said he would love to see the Wolves win, but Denver is gonna pull it out.
I would love to see a Minnesota Indiana finals.
Minnesota Indiana finals. That's what I want.
The parity in the NBA has been there, and if that happens, we are getting what the NBA wants. They want parity in the NBA. They want to see different teams make it. Seeing Minnesota and Indiana make it, that gives the league the parity that they want, man.
When you say parity, what do you mean?
Different. It's not the same teams every year.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
you're getting a different not genre, but a different city that's able to show how good they're doing. The NBA,
like when they brought the championship to Denver, then if you say they brought it to Indianapolis, they bring
they like Golden State did it. You know, everybody got tired of saying Golden State. They want to see somebody else come in there. So now Denver's, you know, now they on a little run. Now let's go somewhere else. So the NBA is gonna love that. And I would like to see that too, man.
So you're tired of seeing repeats? You tired of seeing dynasties?
If it's not my Lakers or my Hawks, man, I don't want to see no repeats, man. Get them on out of there, dog. One and done.
You know, people get tired of seeing the Lakers win a lot too, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, he didn't care about that because that was his team at the time. That didn't make any difference. But so him telling us that the NBA wants to see parity. So is he go ahead and telling us what's going to happen tonight already?
it's 24-17. Y'all just dang they okay. Whew, Lord, I gotta watch this thing.
You heard me?
Gotcha. Huh?
So is G forecasting to us based on the NBA wanting parity? Is he just extremely stressed? Is he forecasting now to tell us what's going to happen tonight?
These are just the opinions of Galen Wright. Like this is not.
Say, look, he said put a receipt on it. You know, G, put a receipt on it. Gotcha. Well, that's my take on this NBA. Y'all got any more y'all want to add to it?
Well, Al says he wants Luka to win the chip so he control his Atlanta Hawks friends. Snack, what's up, Big Snack? He says Dallas v. the Pacers would be good too. Yeah, I honestly don't think there would be a bad finals in any one of these, man. I think each one of these teams can match up with each other on both sides of the spectrum, man. On the east side and the west side, they all can match up with each other. I think it'll be a great matchup. If we go back and look at the games that these four teams have played against each other, I'm pretty sure it's probably been maybe a 1-1 for each one of them. You know, I don't think anybody has probably swept each other. So.
When you say that too, as far as I saw Larry say, in other words, spread the wealth is good for the league. I understand that, but when you're good, you're good. When the team is good, like I won't be able to argue if Joker wins another championship. You know, when you at the top of your game, you expect to win chips. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I guess I know the league is tough. Every NBA team is good. But when, you know, I guess, like I said, if the Pacers win, I'm all for a team win. It wouldn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I get where you're coming from, though. I get where you're coming from. Cool. All right. Well, let's keep it moving, fellas. I think I said before, we've had a little bit of time to let it sink in. After the schedules came out, and it was a big deal on Wednesday. A lot of teams now see what they have in store, what time they're playing. I am one of the most excited in terms of my Falcons and their schedule. Fellas, we've had some days to think about it. What are your takeaways from your schedule? How do you feel about it at this point? I'll start with you, OG.
I know we talked about, I guess, the point in our schedule when we think our team will have the toughest road. Mm-hmm. And I think for Washington, I think it starts out with when they play Pittsburgh. So and now I just lost the schedule. Oh, here I got it back. So they'll play. Right. They'll play Pittsburgh, then they'll play the Eagles, then they'll play the Cowboys, and then they'll play the Titans. So I think that stretch will probably be, as far as the overall schedule, that 4-game stretch will probably be the toughest stretch for the Commanders this year.
G?
For my Cowboys, man, looking at the schedule, I'm front heavy. I'm front heavy for my Cowboys, and it looks like from week 3 for my Cowboys, the next 4 weeks is that's where our meat of our schedule is, man. We start off with the Ravens at home. Then we gotta go to New York on that Thursday. So we play them on Sunday, and then we go on a short week. To the Giants. Yeah, to the Giants. So on Thursday.
Are you scared of the Giants? Does the Giants bother you?
No, they don't bother me. But right after that, we go to Pittsburgh.
So you say you're getting short time. You're playing multiple teams in a short period of time.
A short period of time.
Okay.
So we play Pittsburgh, and then we play the Lions. And then after that is the 49ers.
So are you afraid because you don't have time that it may be a problem? It's not the team, it's just the time to recover.
I think we got all of our toughest teams right there in that little 4 to 5 game stretch right there, and then it kind of lightens up for us. Not even saying we start off. And I think those teams that we're playing are physical teams. We start off with the AFC East, and in our first 6 games, we played 3 out of the 4 AFC. AFC North. We played 3 of the 4 AFC North team in the first 6 games. So our schedule right there, and everybody knows what the AFC North is. That's a physical division, and so we start off very physical, man. So that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be a tough one. Once we get past that stretch, I feel like we're going downhill.
Mine is like I said, I'm coming out the gauntlet, coming out the chute, same way. I'm Pittsburgh game 1. I'm hoping because I know Pittsburgh always find their way to claw back later in the season. I'm hoping that we can catch them early and take a win. Hopefully, second game is Philadelphia. Man, it's like Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs North defense coming back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm hope. I don't know how to feel about that game there. It's gonna be tough, and that's an 8:15 game, which is normally not our style. We're a 1:00 game all day long, and then the Chiefs. You see what I'm saying? We're bringing back the Super Bowl champs or hosting the Super Bowl champs, and no, it's not true, baby. It's not that I don't believe that the AFC North is tough. I'm not saying that. I never said that to you. But at the same time, that's not where my knowledge is. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I hope that we can tap them real quick and then they don't know what hit them, and we can get through there. But like I said, I'm the same way. I'm just like you. I'm first 3 games out the chute. It's gonna be tough for me. But at the same time, like I think this year we got a Thursday night game, 2 Monday night football games, and it's just not. This is new. This is new for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is new. So I like the schedule though. I ain't gonna lie to you, G. I like it.
Okay. And then y'all come back home in y'all 4th game and play the Saints, y'all rival.
Saints,
Y'all first 4. I can
so
see
that so
come out.
Right. With that being said, we'll get 3. Our first 3 games will be outside of the conference, and then we're going to start, like I said, Saints, Buccaneers, and then we got the Panthers. It's like we go right into the division after these 3 tough games. Hopefully, if it goes well, 3-3 or maybe 4-2, who knows? But then we go right into our first 3 division games. And that'll show at that point our toughness. It'll show if we're looking to do what we're supposed to do. Hopefully, run through our first 3 divisional games. You know what I mean? Before we hit the Seahawks. But hey, man, I'm like all 3 of y'all. I see some goodness here. I see some woo, and then I see some excitement. Because like I said, coming down the line, I think I see both of y'all. We see both of y'all, right? I see, we're gonna see y'all, the Cowboys later on, and then I think we see the OG for some get back power, maybe a little bit later on down the stretch. So I like the Atlanta Falcons schedule, good or bad. I'm even going a little bit further. I'm going to Jacksonville. I like Cleveland's schedule too. It moves around a little bit. That's for my wife, but we're gonna be able to see a few extra games too. So with that being said, are there any struggles? Because I thought we talked about that, but are there any games that y'all concerned with? Any parts of your schedule where you feel like, oh man, I'm scared? I know G, you always been confident. OG, we've been the past couple of seasons. You put up some magical numbers. I think some 13s and a few other numbers, but you ain't been scared.
Might do the same thing again. Might do the same thing again.
Hold on, Alvin Jameson said, "I don't like you. You don't like my quarterback."
Oh yeah, he can't stand your quarterback. He can't.
Cousins?
Oh no, he can't.
Where did that come from?
He never liked him. Never liked him. That's like his worst enemy. He can't stand him.
Kirk Cousins? But what Does anybody on this panel have any problem with Kirk Cousins?
I love Kirk Cousins. I think he's great for y'all.
Okay.
Well, you know he played for Washington, so but then we let him go. So
Y'all drafted him, right?
Yeah.
Mistake.
Look, my wife just came up. She go, "What kind of person don't like Kirk Cousins?" Man, that's terrible. Look, I ain't gonna lie. My wife fell in love with Kirk Cousins last season. Him and his wife. And what's that restaurant? I mean, what's the place? Coles. His wife going to Coles and shop. But man,
the quarterback. She fell in love with him in that series called The Quarterback.
Yeah, she sure did. But yeah, I don't know, Alvin. I don't know why. What'd you say, G? Why is it? Because they beat him or something, or what?
He feels like he just doesn't show up. He feels like he's gotten a lot of money for not showing up in the playoffs, and he's
overrated and overpaid.
Yeah,
wow,
he doesn't like that.
Man,
so
he put the cards on the table, boy.
Oh, he's been like that for years.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me defend my guy that's with me now. You know,
there you go. Hey, you got to defend your girls now.
I got to defend my lady. You know, this is who I brought to the dance. This is who I'm dancing with. You know, so everywhere he's gone, with the exception of let's say, I'll say with the exception of the Commanders, right? Because he was drafted through them. Then he ended up going to Minnesota. Correct. Now, it's my opinion. Now, whoever his agent is has gotten him all the money that he's asked for and then some. But at the same time, it's not that he's been a terrible quarterback. I think it's just how we always talk about the playoffs. Playoffs, he's had a rough go at it. And at the same time, on that Minnesota team, it's only been him and Jefferson the past couple of years. Before that, he's had possibly a mediocre team when he was at the Commanders and he ended up getting traded, or I don't know if he ended up got traded or he got let go and he ended up going to Minnesota. But he's been been traded. Okay, but he's been in that top 5, top 10, completion rating every year. He's just been on a sad team. Now bring him here, because I think we've had that same situation where they were saying he was overpaid here. He's only guaranteed that $100 million. And I'll continue to say this here. Baker Mayfield, Garner Minshew, with a host of other ones, they've got between 46 and about 50, which is the going rate for a QB. And this is what we're paying him for. Now, if he decides if he's doing well in year 3, we owe him $10 million, right? And then if he plays in the 4th year, which I don't know if he's going to, then he'll make that other money or whatever. But we don't have to bring him in because we did pick up the future quarterback. Now, his postseason, yes, it is questionable. He's had some questionable coaching behind him, but we're hoping to change that with the Falcons. I see it in. See it in.
OG.
So you did make one statement. I'm just trying to clarify. So you made a statement that Kirk Cousins, I think you said, has been with some weak teams. So now he's coming to Atlanta and he's with a strong team.
No. He's in a.
I'm just talking about what you said.
I ain't saying he would. No. Yeah, okay. Now I ain't saying he was a strong team. He's getting a chance to recoup and rechange his name, because this is a whole nother squad we got here. He's coming in with a whole nother coaching team, whole nother squad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even G said that he was excited about coming to a few games this year for the Falcons, just because of how we look, what we've done. Now I ain't saying it's the best. Hold up, OG, hold up. Let me finish. I'm just saying it's not a weak team, but he has a chance to dominate in a weak division.
Whoa. G is not saying he's coming to see. He will come over games to see the Falcons because.
No, I just said he just said he's excited. He just said he's coming to a few. He said a few.
Y'all scheduling who you playing.
Okay, you gotta come. He owns seats. Okay, you gotta come. Stop giving him away. He gonna come to the game.
Right, but I'm just saying he's not coming because Kirk Cousins there. He's coming because he got playing the Pittsburgh, the Dallas, and the Kansas Cities.
But you come to the game. You come to the game. He coming. We know he coming to one because of his team. You come to Kansas City. Pittsburgh. He said about 3 or 4. Hey man, he got some game I might want to come see. If Kirk Cousins win one or two of them, come to two more. Don't get these tickets away to James Lil John. You know?
Hey, and then okay, you say Kirk Cousins win 2 of them, then here comes a few more. But I'm just interested to see what's going to happen when he don't win a few of them. What's going to happen? You know, I've been to some Atlanta games now.
It's still a ticket you want to come and see.
I'm just talking about the Atlanta fans. I'm talking about the Atlanta fans.
I got you. I'm fickle. I am. You know that. But I'm excited. I think we got a good processor. We got a good delivery system. You know, barring if he got any injuries. Like I said, like he said before, ask Justin Jefferson. Now I'm gonna say this here. I've been watching a little bit more of our OTs or whatever. You know, he been getting in their butt. They don't travel to see what they think is a quarterback guru, just to look at things from a different perspective. But then what I like that he did, and that's a takeaway from me, and then we'll keep it pushing. He came up to Pitts and he told Pitts, run the route. The ball is gonna be there. Don't turn around with, run the route. The delivery system, I know what I'm doing. You know, run your route. The ball will be there. Trust and believe. You know, you ain't gotta look early. You ain't gotta put your arm behind you. Good delivery system. That's all I need your coach. I need your quarterback to do. I need your quarterback to put in them the confidence that the ball is gonna be where it's supposed to be. He said, if you don't trust me, call a few guys that's done played with me. What? I'm excited. I'm excited.
So, is Kirk Cousins gonna be ready at the beginning of the season?
He in OTs right now. He going through them 5 and 7 step progressions. You know, he look good. You know, I don't know if we're gonna see him in the. Huh?
Probably won't see him in the preseason. I doubt.
Probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
You might see him a little bit, just because he's a new quarterback with your team. You might see him for a quarter.
On the last game.
Yeah, you got to get some kind of.
I think what they'll probably do is I don't think they play him in the preseason. I think because teams nowadays have these sessions when they come to practice, where they practice against another team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they may use that when they practice against another team versus putting him out there in full. I mean, exposed in preseason with him coming off injury. That's just my thought. They may use that as the live game situation versus preseason.
How often do y'all do that, Corey? Do y'all do that?
What?
Practice scrimmage with other teams.
We do it every year. Yeah, we do it. Yeah, we've done it every year. I've gone to one at Flowery Branch when we play. I think the last one that I went to with me and my wife and the kids, Cincinnati. I think we did. Cincinnati came down. There's always going to be there's never anybody in your division. There's always going to be somebody, you never probably, I ain't going to say never see, but it's just, I think I went there and I think we did Jacksonville 1 year. But yeah, they are.
And you normally do the ones that you're about to play in the preseason.
Right. Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That week, they come in instead of practicing on their own. Yeah. They're practicing against the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
then on top of that, to add to what OG was saying, I don't know if they won't give him any burn, considering I don't know if they'll just bring him out the gauntlet against a Watts defense. You know what I'm saying? You got to get some burn out there. Probably, like I said, probably a quarter in the preseason, maybe the last game, but to put him out there without having any scrimmage time or any preseason time, and then you're gonna go up against a defense that's led by Mr. Watts. It's just, a little bit disrespectful. So I mean, I would want him to have some kind of burn, because unless you just have the confidence that right side guy is going to be able to stop that edge, then sit him. But who knows, man? Who knows? But, yeah.
You asked the question before we got on that part of, what part of the schedule or what team kind of, I guess, scares you or, makes you say, ooh. And for me, I have two of them. And then there's one that and then I have one that I'm like super excited about. and just because it's some trash talking already been going on. But I'm gonna start off with the two that kind of got me my stomach in knots, and of course it's the Baltimore Ravens, a team that we've never beat. Week three, man. My birthday weekend. So that one right there, and then week 7 or weeks. It'll be week 7, but game 6 for us against the San Francisco 49ers, who we have lost to the last 4 times we've played them. And now Michael Parsons understands that it's a rivalry. After the FU Cowboys t-shirt debacle that the 49ers did, Kittle did when he played us. So let's see if he really took that to heart. So those two games right there, knocked my stomach up a little bit. And then the game that I'm excited about is that Houston Texans game. Where they are doing a lot of talking over there in Houston. It's a lot of they're the new team in Texas. They're the number one team now. They're the new darling in Texas, and they have the better squad. So now we get to go against the so-called better squad. And kind of put our chips on the table, man, and get a little bit of what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? What bragging rights? Get some bragging rights inside of Texas, man. So that's the game that I'm excited about. Dak Prescott, Stroud, and Michael Parsons have become two best friends almost, man. So their competitiveness, and they're doing a podcast together. So I want to see them go at it. Yeah, man. So it's a lot going on. They actually traveled together this off season, and did a whole bunch of different things to China, and so they've been hanging out a lot. So I want to see us battle against some former teammates of ours. They have several of our former teammates on that squad. So yeah, I want to see that. I want to see what's going on. They've gotten better. We all know that. We all know where they were last year. I want to see if this Houston Texans rookie last year, rookie of the year, and Stroud, will he continue? Is it the second year slump that quarterbacks have? Will he
sophomore
have that?
jinx?
Sophomore jinx, yeah. Will that have an effect on him, man? So I got a lot of stuff that I want to see in that game. So I'm excited about that game and the time when that game is. I think it's like week 10 or 11. Towards the end of the season, man. So we should all know who we are by that time. So those are my games.
OG.
Oh yeah, I guess I started out with them. I guess I already mentioned that. Like I said, it's that 3-game stretch. Like I said, with Pittsburgh, the Eagles, and the Cowboys, and the two of them in the conference. So, and with Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh got Russell Wilson now. These games are all gonna be in November. So by that time, all the teams will be seasoned, and so I hope our new rookie quarterback will be seasoned by the end too. So
yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
What? Give me those 4 teams again, OG.
Well, it's actually 3 of them. I said, but the 4th game is the Titans. So I said the Steelers, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and then they end up with the Titans in that 4-run stretch.
That's tight. I think the Titans going to be. I think they're an underrated squad too, man. So yeah, that's a tough stretch. Yeah, that's definitely a tough stretch.
Man, so
in
November. That's man. I just thought that's a hard gauntlet to go through. Then, as I think about it, I think my Falcons gonna touch everybody in your division this year, huh? I got Giants, I got Cowboys, I got Commanders, and I got Eagles. Man.
Yeah, we play y'all this year. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah. It's tough.
That's good.
That's
tough.
Yeah, man. So like I said, so that's I guess your strengths and your takeaways, and then what game I'm gonna say this here. Because I don't know, have we talked about the game you're most excited to play, that you want to see your team play? What's what's your most excited game? I know you said you had, you want your toughest game, and then the one but what's the one you want to see happen? Like anyone that you traveling to, G? I know you normally go to see one a really good one.
Yeah, he's gonna see more than one. He had to tell you that.
I know.
But I guess
shout out to my beautiful wife. Go ahead, OG.
Oh yeah. Yes, I guess for me, the most exciting game, and I guess it may not be the most exciting game on paper, but I guess the most exciting game is gonna be the first game of the season. I mean, we got a new quarterback, we got a new coaching staff, so the change of the regime. So that's gonna be, I guess, the most exciting to me, just to see how they come out and how they start the season.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
G.
Yeah. Mine is the Texans. That was my team. I was saying.
Okay, that's your most exciting. Okay.
That was my exciting one right there. And just to answer your question about what game am I going to, shout out to my wife, man. She for my birthday is sending me to the first 5 games of the season. So I will be in Cleveland the first game, then in Dallas for the New Orleans game, then in Dallas again for the Baltimore game, then in New York for the Giants game, then in Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh game. And that Pittsburgh game, I'm taking my brother to his first game as well in Pittsburgh. So that's
okay.
yeah. For my 50th, she said I'll do 5 games. 5 games for the 450. So
wow. Okay. That's what's up.
I'm glad, and Crystal, I know G is much appreciative, but there's one thing I want to say. Based on last year, there was some of them games where he went to, and the Cowboys didn't show up too well. So, I'm not saying that consistency is going to repeat itself, but hey, it just is what it is. So we'll just have to see.
Okay. My most exciting one is the Chiefs this year. Super Bowl champs. I guess I'm excited to see how we act against a Super Bowl winning caliber team. I know that game is going to have a whole bunch of elements to it. You're going to have the what's her name, Taylor Swift element added onto it. And then it's at the same time we've never had it. It's Sunday night game also. It's gonna have that element attached to it. You feel me? So that's, like I said, we hadn't been there in a while. We hadn't been too legit to quit. We hadn't been Julio Jones, and we've been out of that for a minute now. And so I'm glad we're gonna be hosting it and coming with that element. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is like I said, it's that Sunday night game, and I think we've been doing the show. Most Sunday nights we talk about gonna be Cowboys and whoever else, but it ain't been us. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited, man. That's my most exciting game this year, man. That's it. So good appreciate it. That's a nice segment, fellas. I know we headed up, a little bit more. WNBA. OG, I know you've been wanting to tell us some things, or you wanted to get some stuff off your chest, maybe. Or let's talk about the first 2. I think 2 games, possibly 3 games of the season so far.
Yeah, 2 games, and I know G's gone, but it's amazing that we got through talking about football with no hostility coming out.
Sure. Much excitement. So is that your thing of saying that you finna bring the hostility to this next segment?
I wouldn't say hostility. It's just little conversation, discussions. Conversations and discussions, that's all.
All right, well, let's hit it, man.
It depends on how it goes.
All right, well, like I said, we want to talk about so far the first 2 games. I think 3 games finna start this as far as the WNBA season. What are your, I guess, takeaways, or what you want to hit with that? Let's go Liberty with what my man Alvin Jameson said.
Oh yeah, Liberty doing well. I think they're 2-0. But it's no secret as far as who my team is. No, me and G, like you said, me and G on location. So we had a privilege of watching the Las Vegas Aces play this past weekend. And they were down at first, and then they came back and they do what they do. But we can also talk about the elephant in the room too, that's been talked about also. And that elephant in the room is who y'all like to refer to as CC.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I say that elephant in the room is being that's CC. Y'all
CC.
tend to refer to it as CC. Mm-hmm. So I guess what I've seen is, I haven't watched the games. Just go and look at the stats, and sometimes she does good, sometimes she didn't. But I like a senior player in the WNBA had a statement saying that coming to the W, and G got to see what the W meant. Coming to the W is a different level. You're not playing against 18 and 19-year-olds anymore. You playing against women that's been doing this for a minute. So now you get a real taste of what's going on.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say anything about it. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was an article that was published about an interview with Asia Wilson that I see has been recently taken down for one reason or another.
Take it down?
I can't get it to come up no more.
Oh.
Somebody took it down, but I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah. But I'm gonna say that I feel a three-peat coming.
Damn.
And also, and I've been saying this to y'all, and Corey, you said, well, nobody else is coming out and saying it, but other people coming out and saying it now, that Caitlin Clark, I'm gonna go ahead and say her name, comes into the league, has not at that point had not played the first WNBA game, but had gotten a shoe deal. So I'm not the only one that's been talking about this situation and circumstance that's been done. So now they've come back and now said that Asia Wilson now has a shoe deal. But it should have been the other way around. It should have been Asia Wilson having the shoe deal and Caitlin Clark getting her downstream after she's proven herself in the WNBA, not coming in based on what you did in college.
Okay. So you felt like it wasn't fair?
It definitely wasn't fair. And like I said, I'm not going to get into it. But we know why it wasn't fair. And we can get into that if y'all want to. But it's already been spoken why it wasn't fair.
All right. So I had to think about this before when we talked about this. And, at this point, I know we've already, like I said, we've already walked out on this plank for a quickie. And I know me and G were kind of seeing things the way I guess a regular person would see this thing. But from a marketing standpoint, and this is not to take anything away from any player who has been in the WNBA before Caitlin Clark got there, but I read this article on Caitlin Clark and what me and G been talking about, the effect of Caitlin Clark. There is an effect, OG. There is an effect, whether most people hate it, love it. There is an effect about this particular girl that's coming to the WNBA. For those who have not gotten a shoe deal, if you don't have an effect, if they don't see a marketing tool to sell a shoe, that's the reason why you didn't get a shoe deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and this is no strike against anybody who's been playing hard, been in the league all their years, been scrapping and doing their thing. But if there's no effect, if you don't have an effect, then nobody's going to, they're not going to give you a shoe deal. You may not get an endorsement. I'm not saying that it's fair or unfair, but there is an effect that this woman brings to the league. Now, I'm going to go with the Sun coach came out the other day. Somebody asked him about asked her about Caitlin Clark, and they didn't even play them. But she was like, "Y'all calm down. She's only played 2 games. However, she's gonna cultivate a little bit. But that she does have a following, OG. She does have an effect that people like. This has nothing to do with the champs that have come before her, but she does have marketability, likability, and on top of that, that girl can shoot. That's all. I mean, so to be unfair, I'm not saying that anybody else should have had a deal before then, but she brings marketability, and that is what people want to spend money on. Can we at least agree with that?
No.
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 Still can't.
No. Because I give you a chance first, G. I'm not going to jump out of turn. I give you a chance to say his piece, and then I'll come back with a rebuttal.
Okay. So, for the shoe thing, I understand that the ladies are now, I guess, frustrated because Caitlin Clark did not play not 1 minute or 1 second of the WNBA and got her a shoe deal. I guess I can see why they're upset, but I don't think it's okay for them to be upset because of this right here. They say they wanted change in the WNBA. They are getting change in the WNBA. Not only did she get a shoe deal, the person that everybody says should have gotten a shoe deal ended up getting a shoe deal right afterwards. So she is improving what the WNBA women and everybody else has said all along is that they need to get better. They need to do better by the women in the WNBA. It's happening. But the fact that it's happening because of somebody else is not now all of a sudden is a problem. Why is it shouldn't be a problem that it's Caitlin Clark that is happening because of Caitlin Clark. It should be like, hey, it's making it better for everybody. Because she's not just doing it for herself. She's not the only one in the league that's getting it. Everybody else is benefiting off what she is doing. She is making the league better. So that's what I don't agree with what's going on with them. Everybody saying, look, she's struggling after 2 games. It's 2 games, and if you look at the scheduling, they've put her up against the 2 best teams in the East, and she's played them teams. She's about to play them teams 4 times. She played the Liberty twice, and now she's playing the Sun twice. She hasn't played anybody else. So I think they're making it hard on her. But I think she's built for it. I think she has the shoulder to deal with it. And it's tough on the whole Indiana Fever team having to deal with that because they got to jail. Nobody's talking about how bad Aaliyah Boston is playing. Everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark, and which is not fair. But when you've been titled that, when you've been titled, the next coming, then of course you're going to get a lot more backlash than everybody else. So that's my take on it for the shoes. She's not the first person to get a shoe deal. The first person to ever get a shoe deal, if everybody doesn't know, in the WNBA was a black woman. Cheryl Swoops was the first woman to get a shoe.
Them Nike Air Swoops.
It was the first woman. Then you had Cynthia Cooper. Then you had Dawn Staley. Then you had Lisa Leslie. Then you had Shamika Holslaw, Nikki McCray, Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Ella Deladova. All these people have had shoe deals, but it's a big deal because this young lady has a shoe deal. I think there's a lot of hate going on, and especially from the players, which is I think is a shame because she's helping the WNBA grow, and that's what they needed to happen. That's my opinion on it.
Okay. So, 2 things I want to address out of that. Number one, did I ever say that a black woman had never gotten a shoe deal? Number one, so I'm not sure why you went that route. I never said that. That's number one. Number 2, y'all saying she's the next great coming. So what I hope is Just like I told you about the University of Iowa, and saying that the University of Iowa will not be on TV next year. What I'm hoping is y'all want to say this sophomore jinx. So I'm hoping that this same hoopla that's going on right now keeps going on because y'all say this is the best thing for the WNBA.
No, say the best. It's the good thing.
I didn't interrupt you when you were talking. So, and that's what y'all was saying. So, and the reason that Asia Wilson, so you gonna say that okay, Caitlin Clark got one, then Asia Wilson got one, and she should have got one before Asia Wilson, which I definitely don't agree with that. You hadn't played a play in the WNBA, and you come in to get a shoe deal.
Why is that a problem?
Nike, I think Nike did that because all the flack and all the negativity that was going out there because of that happened. So they felt that Nike felt that I don't want no flack. If I don't want no flack and nothing shining on me, then I need to go and get Asia. I think that was the second thought. I'm glad Asia got a shoe deal, but I still don't appreciate the way they did it. So you come into the WNBA, you've not played a play. You got a young lady in the WNBA that's a two-time champion, a two-time MVP in the championship, an MVP, a defensive player of the year, and you equate that to being better, not equivalent to somebody that hadn't played the first play in the WNBA. All because they come in here with these records they done broke in college. Nothing in the WNBA. Absolutely nothing. But yet, she making it good for everybody. She ain't sharing that money with everybody.
She's opening the door for people to get their own, but she's not the first rookie in anything to get a shoe deal. To OG, remember, Allen Iverson got a deal, Kobe got a deal, LeBron got a deal. This is not new for a rookie to get a deal. Angel Reese turned down Nike so she can go with Reebok because she's gonna be Reebok's first female ambassador of shoes. No, Reebok has never signed a female to a shoe deal. Never. She's gonna be the first one to ever do it.
That's because of Caitlin Clark. That's because of Caitlin Clark. That's not because of what Angel Reese has done on her own or what Asia Wilson has done on her own. That's all because of Caitlin Clark. It's not because of their accolades. It's because of Caitlin Clark. That's what y'all telling me. That is what y'all telling me. Y'all telling me that the reason that Angel Reese getting the contract, the reason Asia Wilson got a contract, the reason that anybody else after this point gets a contract is because of Caitlin Clark. And I absolutely do not agree with that.
Because because more views are going to the WNBA now. So it is because of Caitlin Clark. So the views have gone up in the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. So yeah, now these people are like, oh man, we're going to be able to see more WNBA games because of Caitlin Clark. So let me go ahead and sign these other people too that are big names as well. And this is going to be better. So this is going to work now. It's not going to work if it wouldn't work last year because nobody was watching the Aces, but the Aces fans.
Yeah.
So
and the year before that.
Yeah. So it didn't work. It didn't work to give Aja. It's not helping nobody out to give Aja a deal last year because it wasn't up there. But it's now we're going to get the views, we're going to get people up there to watch. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. But I think that's
I'll give you a great example on what G is talking about. Just real quick, the Atlanta Dream game that's coming. Both games have been moved to a bigger venue from 3,000 to 17,000, just so they can sell more tickets. Huh?
Which game? Which games, Corey?
I'm just talking about the Dream, the Atlanta Dream versus FIFA. The Dream and FIFA. Yeah. Just when we play.
Did it in the sky? Did they do it for everybody else, or just?
No. I think they're doing. I think when I think they're moving. They say they're moving right now. 40% of the games are going to be moved to the Hawks Arena. Just because of what's going on right now, you're right. They're going to want to see Angel Reese. They're going to want to see a host of players that have made an indelible mark this last season in the NCAA. But I'm just saying, from my state right now, Atlanta, we're moving games because of like you said, the marketability. But I want to say this here: the first is the Fever. They changed the Fever game first, and I'm just saying that it's an effect, G.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. You know why? Because both of y'all just sat here and told me that the benefit of Caitlin Clark is the benefit for the whole league.
Mm-hmm.
Did either one of y'all just not say that?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
The whole league, right?
Okay.
Right. So is the Indiana Fever the only team that the Atlanta Dream go play this year?
No, I just said 40% so far.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No,
Is the Atlanta Dream the only team the Indiana Fever go play this year?
No.
Is it? So why are they not moving to Phillips Arena for any other team that's coming to Atlanta? If it's for the benefit, no. If it's for the benefit of the whole entire league, like you and G just said.
Mm-hmm.
I said that's what I'm saying. I can only speak for right now. What Atlanta is.
Yeah, it's going to take time to get all the games up there, OG. It's not going to be all of them right now. You can't just move everybody. Like you move what's hot. That's the hot thing right now. But
okay, I hope it stays hot.
It's going to bring more views, though. That's all I'm saying.
So
I hope.
Yo,
I hope this time next year. I hope this time, because I'm a big time. Y'all kind of just not coming into this. But I hope this time next year we be having the same kind of conversation. Because I'm telling you, if we don't, then I'm gonna remind you both of this conversation we had in this particular episode, where y'all said that this is gonna make a big time difference. Because when she don't shine like she should shine, because she getting beat up in the WNBA, and that everything started going down, then I want y'all to still be singing the same song you singing right now. Don't change the tune on me.
I don't think we're gonna change.
I want this record to be scratched, so y'all just keep repeating.
I'm gonna tell you why. My wife had before when the end of the season started, when those girls got drafted that day, which we already said that this was the most hyped draft that we had seen for the WNBA, for the NCAA, and I don't know what its entirety, but she started looking at games. The Sky, but I didn't say you. How you button? I ain't finished saying that. Okay, say what you going to say.
Because I was going to say, so I did look at Fever tickets for you because you like Caitlin Clark.
All right.
I looked at Sky tickets because that's who I wanted to see, Chicago Sky. Because I like Cordosa and Injury, so I wanted to see them both.
And what are they?
What do you mean?
Like the ticket sales are almost.
They sold immediately, but that's my point. Like that's why I see what Charles is saying, because those Sky tickets sold out. When I say immediately, I had a pre-sale code and was in the queue. They sold out like the Usher concert tickets, right? They were gone. But they didn't move that game to a bigger arena. There are a lot of fans waiting to get into that game. They only moved the Fever game when there was just as much interest in the Chicago Sky game.
Sure, but I'm saying Atlanta has done that. We don't know what any other state is going to do or any city is going to do. We don't know. But I'm just saying what Atlanta has done already. They're anticipating it. They moved the game.
But I'm saying it does look shady when you have just as much interest in people going to see these other rookies, which is evident by the ticket sales. It's just as much interest.
The Sky game has been moved too.
No, they did not. Since when? Because I subscribed to the Dream listserv. I didn't get anything. I only got notification of the Fever game being moved to State Farm. I didn't get any notification about the Sky game being moved.
Okay.
And I'm waiting because I want to get tickets. But it's like they're going out of their way. And this is no shade to Caitlin, because I don't seek her demise. I want her to do well. I want the entire league to do well. But it does stir up those feelings for people when it seems like there's a targeted interest in propping up one person over others, not because that person has all of the interest. You're putting all the interest on them because you're highlighting everybody else. There are other people that the fans are interested in seeing.
Okay.
Thank you, Kanisha. The same point I was trying to make.
Could it be possible? So that they don't have enough interest to fill up 17,000 though?
Here's the thing.
How you know that, G?
Caitlin Clark is not about
Because
to
they haven't done it. Because
Like-
they haven't done it. I think if they would have had the interest, like they had the interest with the Fever, then they probably would have done it. Why wouldn't they do it? If they have enough interest, why wouldn't they do it to make more money? That doesn't make sense for them to say, "Oh, we have enough interest, we're just not going to do it because of Angel Reese."
No, if it's sold out, about to be sold out, then that tells you got interest.
Right. So if it's sold out, that's only 3,000, but to go up to 17,000, so you got to get another 14,000 people.
So you think it'll be 17,000 people in Phillips Arena that night?
It's sold out.
It's sold out already.
How do you unless you put it out there, then how you know what's not going to happen with the sky?
So
I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to put it out there. It's all the hoopla. It's all the hoopla. That's all that is. So it's hoopla on Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark was the only rookie that got drafted on April the 24th. Nobody else got drafted on April the 24th. It was only one pick. Let y'all tell it. Only one pick happened on April the 24th.
What you talking about?
Because the rest of the rookies don't matter. It's basically
we didn't even do that. We didn't do that. You know that.
Here's my position. My position is that the WNBA is making they are gambling, and I think they're making a marketing error in how they're gambling. They could use the hype behind Caitlin to hype up and promote the entire league, but that's not what they're doing. They're hyping up and promoting Caitlin Clark. So what then happens, and what is supremely unfair to her, is that you put the entire league on her shoulders. So if she doesn't do well, if she doesn't live up to the hype, people start to lose interest, and then it affects the league as a whole. When they could be using this moment to hype up everybody, to drum that, because again, Reese does come with her own hype. Cardozo does come with her own hype. It might not be at the level or attention that Caitlin garnered, but a lot of that is because of how they have chose to market them. They have chose to market Caitlin Clark over all others instead of making it a group thing where maybe she's just at the forefront, but where they're pushing everyone up behind her. That's not what they're doing. They're missing the opportunity to best market this entire league, and it puts Caitlin in a very unfair position because if she doesn't live up to the hype in season one, which is going to be hard to do because she's not on a great team and she's up against a great caliber of players. One person pointed out online, and it was so true, the WNBA is so much smaller than the NBA. And we already know that the NBA gets the cream of the crop, right? Because there's a limited amount of seats, so only the best of getting in. There's an even smaller number of women making it in. That means these are really the absolute best. Like, you are talking about verified ballers out there, like, regardless of the fact that they're women. These are actual ballers out there. And so she's up against, some huge odds because she's not on a good team and she's going up against some amazing players. And I just feel like it's unfair, one, to diminish everybody else and to put all of that on Caitlin Clark because now she's going to be over scrutinized and it's just too much. Like, use this moment to prop up the league as a whole, not one person.
Okay, you make very, very fair points, Kadisha. Very fair points.
What?
And I think she does, but that's what the NBA does. That's what the NFL does. That's what all these sports teams, these sports organizations do. They did the same. When they brought up LeBron, it wasn't about everybody else that came out when LeBron came out. It was about LeBron. It was about him. Mm-hmm. So when you're trying to make somebody the face of the league, that's what you do. You put all of it on him, and if it fails, then it fails. But that's what they're hoping, that you're that great that you won't fail, that you're going to come out on top regardless. So I think they always do that.
So you're saying that Caitlin Clark is the face of the league?
I think they're trying to make her. They're trying to make her the face of the league.
Make her.
She was chosen. She been chosen.
She's the chosen one.
That should come with accolades, not just because of what you did in college.
No. There've been plenty players that
come with accolades, not what you did in college.
but this ain't the first time that they've done that. OG, when they bring in a person like LeBron James, they chose him when he was in high school. What was it? Sports Illustrated. They dubbed him the next king. You know, it was the changing of the guard.
Yeah,
this is nothing new, man.
So who was the last person they brought in and deemed the face of the WNBA then?
I don't think it was ever. I don't want to say big enough, but I don't think they ever gained enough interest to even try to put somebody as a face. I think it was just a group of women just trying to build it. Everybody was trying to build it up. I think they feel right now we have somebody that can actually do it. And I think this is where they're like, hey, I think we found one. This is one that can take our league to the next level. Because of what she's garnered already, you know, the following that she has already. So we're in a social media world, and they see her following, man, and they feel like this is what can take the WNBA to that next level.
You know what? And I'll double down on G, and I'll draw a line in the sand with this. There is a black and white situation. Like I think OG, you put what was your number on white versus black in the WNBA?
I think it's 68% black.
Okay, 68% black. Now, if we do the numbers, you know, on just I ain't gonna say the right way. We do the numbers the way it is. The WNBA is 68% black, and it's probably watched by probably about the same amount. You know, now the second portion is you have a white woman that's coming in who can play. Now they've had white women that can play in the past, like you said, Deladova. They you know, like I said, a bunch of good white players to come through there too.
Brianna Stewart that y'all talk about all the time.
Brianna, okay. Look, she's good too. You know what I'm saying? I watched her put up a hell of a pick the other day against Caitlin. They damn near knocked out. They've had some good white girls there too, but none with this type of stardom that they want to put advertising and money behind. So now that additional, let me finish, that additional, like you said, if it's 68% us, now that whatever that other number is, that 30-something% white people, they let's dump some more money in, so now we can watch what could possibly be the next great white hope. And behind the next great white hope, you got great white dollars, which is green dollars, which is TV time, which is what they want to see. I'll give you a better example at the slam dunk contest. The white kid that won it, that following year when he came, I mean, it was views all over the place because he won the slam dunk contest. You see what I'm saying? It comes with, because we understand, I think black people only with 16% out here, you know, in the world or whatever it is. There are more white people out there. That means more viewers. That means more people that want to put money behind it. That means more white people that want to see a white person play and win. Let's just be honest. No social injustice behind it. I'm just saying that's where the money comes from. People want to see it. And then at the same time, me and G just happen to be two black guys that just like her shooting ability, and then understand that she brings social media and stardom behind her. From a playing standpoint, I'm just being honest. This is my opinion. Asia Wilson is great. A lot of those players that come out of South Carolina are great players. Do they have marketability that somebody wants to pay for behind? To this day, it's been a lot of no's. You know, they're great players, but no followers. Why is that, OG?
I already told you. I'm going to tell you for the fifth time. Caitlin Clark is coming into the WNBA based on what she did in college. Take away all the hoopla.
Everybody comes to the WNBA based on what they did in college.
No. Take away the hoopla of the
That's how you get in the league.
Take away the hoopla of all the scoring records, which I still say to this day is not her scoring record. But take away all that hoopla.
Your girl already came out and said it too, though.
What girl said what?
She gave her flowers. She's like, listen, for the NCAA, she owns that, but she just felt like, yeah, she was probably done wrong. But when the NCAA took it, what can she have done? They gave her flowers. I think ESPN, huh?
Who said that?
I keep forgetting the lady's name, but she did come out and say some nice things about Caitlin. She ain't mad at her. You think she upset with her? It's not Caitlin Clark's fault.
I mean, who said that they gave who gave flowers to Caitlin Clark?
I forget the lady's name. Fulton, or what's her name? What's the lady's name? What's the black lady's name that got the record? I don't know her name, but I'll try to send it.
Do you saying Pearl Moore has come out and gave Caitlin Clark flowers?
She just said she's a good player. She ain't saying that she's the best in the world. She just said she did what she was supposed to do for the NCAA. She just, but then, like I said, the ESPN did give her flowers. Scott Van Pelt did say, listen, there should be more, talk about the original record that was held.
Why? Why did that come out?
It didn't come out because the NCAA they took control of it 50 years ago.
It came out because there's so much flack coming out about it. That's why it came out. That's why they started talking about it. But anyway, so I guess Caitlin Clark is the reason that the WNBA now is gonna have more teams now too, right? That's her doing too, right?
All we're saying, man, they already got another team coming. But what we've said so far is they're not flying commercial anymore.
But
they charter and fight.
I asked you a question.
Huh?
I asked you a question.
Yes.
Is this new team that they got to start? I think in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Is this because of Caitlin Clark?
No. Somebody already put that money up. They wanted another team. They wanted two other teams anyway. But what I'm saying is it wouldn't hurt. They wouldn't shy away money that's coming from Indiana and a lot of those people that want to come to those games.
Well, I tell you one thing. I just hope y'all keep fighting your battle because I'm gonna keep fighting mine. And I hope it works out for you. But I keep the seat.
For us.
For the
For
WNBA.
the WNBA. We're for the WNBA.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. I hope this works out for you. Because like I said, next year this time, I hope we have the same conversation in the same manner, and y'all have the same energy that you're having right now.
I don't think it's gonna change. I want her to be successful. I want her to be a good player. I want them to keep pumping out good shooters. From the NCAA. I do, but hey man.
So she could be Larry Bird for the WNBA, huh?
Hey man, we learned to respect Larry Bird over the years.
That's what they want. That's what they're hoping for. If she can get to that level, that'll be great.
That's because of 68%. That's because of 68%. And put Snack Panther's previous comment back up there.
You put that wet.
There you go.
So Snack Panther, number one, you probably still wet behind. You still wet behind the ears for number one. so you can't come to me telling me it was whack, bro. Until you get to where I've been and gone through what I've gone through, it ain't whack. You'll get there one day, and when you get there, holler at your boy. I'll teach you a few things.
So I'll say this here. So you don't see her as making change for the WNBA as a whole.
But that's what y'all saying. Y'all saying it's all her.
She's helping.
Like Kanisha was just saying. You disregard y'all throw Angel Reese in there every now and then. But y'all disregarding everybody else that came in this draft. Like I said, it's like there was only one. They made that at the Indiana favor, make their first pick. It's like there was no other picks. Everybody else was the second fiddle. That's what I'm saying.
Look, Indiana did what they wanted to do. They wanted to market that girl. They were excited to have her come to Indianapolis. I can't be mad at that. Atlanta, we didn't.
I'm not saying I'm mad at that. What I'm saying is all the focus is on one person, like as though there was only one person in that draft. And yeah, you go out there and say that other one's not marketable or whatever the case may be. But could you think that if organization took the time to put the effort forward to make them marketable, they'll be beneficial for everybody and not just one person.
And you don't think these marketing teams do that?
The focus is on Caitlin Clark because y'all say she's the hottest thing coming out because of the record she broke in college. You cannot say
no. We've never said that. You keep saying that.
I'm saying what?
You keep using the NCAA record broken. You know, I know I hadn't said. I don't think Gia said that either.
Why does she have so much hype?
Because she can shoot. She's marketable.
Why does she have so much
hype?
She can
play.
I keep saying it. You don't have to agree with me, but I keep saying it. She got so much exposure because of the records that she broke. That's what gave her that exposure.
Saying that. You keep saying that.
It's true.
Okay, if she didn't break the record, can we not say, and you won't even agree with none of our points. You won't even say she's a good shooter. And then you saying she's breaking the record and still won't say she's a good shooter.
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but I'm just saying, if we're trying to have a honest debate here, you won't even give her no flowers. Like, no, just because she broke the record. If you break the record, that's a lot of shooting.
Okay. It's a lot of shooting. Right, exactly.
A lot of scores, a lot of points made.
And I still say that if she did not have all that hoopla, you can say what you want to. It was all the exposure for breaking that record. Yeah, they made it to the Final Four and got beat twice.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have gotten that exposure. But all the exposure that led up to that, she would not have gotten all that exposure and built up all this, I'm the greatest, without all that.
How else can you get it without the shooting? Without breaking the record? How else can you get all the hype?
If I keep shooting, I'm bound to break it sooner or later. But this is the last time I'm bringing this topic up because it always ends the same way it started and the same way it's been up there. Y'all are over here. Y'all are over here. Y'all over here, and I'm way over here. So it's gonna end up the same way every time.
Snack says, man, Cleveland Rockers, Sacramento Monarchs, Miami Soul, Portland Fire, San Antonio moves to Vegas, all folded in the WNBA. Is this Caitlin's fault too?
Did I say anything about Caitlin Clark? What happened on before Caitlin Clark got there? You know, I thought we was talking about Caitlin Clark. Now, if you want to go all back in history, which I know he got on Google, he don't know nothing about that. I don't see how that ties in. We tying into what's going on actuality now. The WNBA is about to sign a new team. We're not talking about what happened. I'm sure there's been some NBA teams that had some problems in mid-folding. I'm not sure they have or not. The ABA went to the NBA. The ABA was having problems. Snack, do you know that? NBA was once the ABA. ABA had some problems. They joined together, came to the NBA. Did you know that, Snack? So there's been some problems in any business you start, but you're going to have some issues and problems. I'm not saying this is not the answer to all the problems that the WNBA got.
But I think what he's saying is the business is going up, and she's helping it go up.
The what now?
Business is going up. The WNBA is going up.
Yeah, she's also helping it for the business to go up. I think that's all.
You want to close this out, G?
Man,
yeah.
Episode 4 in the book. Hot and heated. I really like it. The show, man. Anytime we talk about WNBA, we thank y'all, everybody out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Man. My guy Snack Panther, my own girl, Corey, wife, my dog Al Lassiter, my dad Larry Wright, my dog PB, John, Roddy Little John, my guy Bert, my homie Killer, my homie who else is out there? Roddy Little John, my other homeboy out there, Q, My nephew, NF Skull, our wonderful sponsor, Alton Jameson, my homie Roderick Smith, Chris Brown. I know you was out there as well, big homie. And everybody else. My dad, Pop. I love you, Pop. Anybody else out there we may have missed, man, trust him, not my heart. I think the white person, I love you. We will see y'all on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Yeah, out. Holla.
Peace.
Hey man, y'all have a good trip, man. You know, take some pictures, man.
Got plenty of them.
Y'all barbecue and anything? What you cooking? How y'all eat?
Plenty of food.
Yeah, man, take plenty of pictures.